And they know that, bro. Hey, look, gravitation. Cannabis got to be from up north for us from Jamaica. No confirmation, then it's no participation. Never see it in rotation in my conversation. No need for confrontation. This is my observation. Gravitation with the observation. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong, right? Hey, I'm tapping in with my boy Wayno, right? Because I've been rocking with him for a long time, ever since complex days. And I know his position at Rock Nation and what he was doing over there, bro. And I also like his insight. But he's tapping in on the Not Like Us. As far as Wayne just had an interview lately, right? I think with Rolling Stone. And he spoke on the whole Not Like Us situation. Before we even get into that, like I say, I'm gonna let Wayne break it down. You feel me? Wayne will break it down, and then I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it, right? So go ahead and get your eats, get your smokes, get your drink, whatever you about to do. You feel me? Right before you clock into work, you feel me? Tap into this. Stick with me. Let's go. And they got the other two.
Like
Damn, why did it take off? Oh, I knew it was gonna mess up. My bad, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it though, bro.
how does he feel about being slighted about things? And he answers, he says, imagine you're the player coach still averaging 30 a night, and a nigga asking you, hey, do you feel slighted that they didn't put you in the coach type of conversations? He says, no, I'm still dropping 30 a night. I'm fine being the best rapper. And then you just found out, oh, he owns Young Money too. I mean, I feel like when Wayne talks about certain things, he has like this obscure view that comes from like this point of view where he's like this caveman that doesn't know anything. And that's what I'm really going to address towards the end of the conversation that we having today. But I mean, I think that people love and respect Wayne. I mean, I still love and respect Wayne as an artist, but I think that some of the stuff that he may say, I don't know if he thinks people don't look at him a certain way like that. You know what I'm saying? I always say that I felt like Wayne was one of the most disrespected rappers when it comes to just rapping. Now, there's a conversation to be had outside of rap when he says things or does things and it changes your perception on him at that moment. But if we talking about just go to the stats, like, you know what I mean? Like, just go to the stats. Don't talk about the off the court. Just straight to the stats. And when I mean stats, I'm not talking about Billboard and all of that. I'm talking about skill set. I'm talking about
And him bringing that up, it's funny. Just real quick, him bringing that up about Wayne because, bro, if I'm being real, defending Wayne and my other half had to let me know, like, bro, that no, essentially that's what you're doing. Because when it comes to Wayne, even with the kissing on Birdman, you feel me, with the woo woo, because I'm not trying to knock him, but what I'm saying is I know they out there they different, bro. You feel me? And I'm not saying that to shade them or nothing, bro. They love is different. I felt like I didn't look at it in no certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? And not to even dwell on that too much, but I just looked at like, bro, that if you since a kid, biological or not, bro, like I could understand that without looking at that in the homosexuality of this situation. But to get back on what I'm saying though, right? And that's just me personally, right? But even with the whole, because it was that situation, and I think the next big thing where people was kind of turned off on Weezy was the whole Black Lives Matter situation. But when he explained it, and he was like, "Bro, you know what? At this point, you know how you just want to piss somebody off, like, what, nigga, fuck that, like, because clearly we know Wayne give a damn about that, right?" Because he says it in his bars, and I think even Charlamagne even broke it down on the Breakfast Club back when that took place. You feel me? And I think that was 2015, 2016. But I can understand why he went that route. You feel me? If you keep asking me questions about Nick, well, you know what? You know what? Forget what you're talking about. Check this out. Well, then you want to take it there? We're gonna take it there. You trying to get the rate, you trying to get them views because you keep pushing me, and I kept telling you stop speaking on my daughter. Okay, well, check this out. I'm gonna throw that back at you. And he never came out and spoke about that. But when he did speak about it, I don't know if it was a tweet or it was an interview, but he just let it be known he got tired of the questions with Regine. Anyways, though, to speak on, I don't want to keep going too much off the topic. What he's saying as far as what Wayno, like, bro, how people might view you, right? It don't even have to be Wayne. Whatever artist it is, bro, it can throw you off. But when we talking statistically, you feel me? When we talk about them stats, it's a totally different subject. That's why how I feel about Drake right now in this moment time, right? You feel me? Right now, in today's days, how I feel about Drake. No matter what, I can't erase what he has done. I can't knock that. And the impact he has had on the game. Whether you want to say it's fraudulent or not, it still happened. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and get back into it though.
About at one point in time how when he said best rapper alive, everybody felt like that was such a disrespectful thing for him to say, how he was able to like make that claim be a little bit higher based on the work that he was putting in. Now, music's subjective.
No, he earned that. I'm just, when he starts saying best rapper alive, the best rapper alive, since the best rapper retired. So I'm going to just say self-proclaimed. That was 04. Jay-Z said he was retired in 03. That came out in 04 with that song came out, Bring It Back. So excuse me, y'all, if I get on the history, you feel me? I'm a historian, or I try to be, on the West Coast. But Wayne is my number one. But him saying that, self-proclaimed, he earned that. Like I can see what Wayne I'm talking about, but bro, he proved that. Let's keep going though. He proved that. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? Music's subjective. To me, I hold certain artists in certain places that can't be moved, that can't be removed, that can't be moved around. Wayne is one of them that I feel like he doesn't have to acknowledge it. Like, I don't expect Wayne to say, yeah, they don't really treat me the way I should be treated. And he's done stuff like that sometimes. And he even says something in this interview. But I think as far as like music, anybody that's trying to challenge or remove what he's done as an artist is like, you got to be like out of your mind to think some shit like that. Like, you got to be completely out of your mind to think at any point in time when you talk about music, you talk about rap, and you bring up Wayne to say, oh, he ain't that or he ain't this. And I think a lot of that came around like the Super Bowl, right? When the Super Bowl thing was happening, people get in their feelings and they get in their feelings fast. And a lot of people was in their feelings because Kendrick was having his moment. And I mean, yeah, Wayne did take a lot of opportunity to make it about him. He took a lot of opportunity to make it about him. And during those moments, we was like kind of disgusted with what he was saying, but you still cannot remove the work he's put in. You know what I'm saying? I think like that's.
And I literally just said that. That's cold part. Like I said, I'm watching them. I literally just said that. Like and I felt the same way too. And that's why I got that's why I got the whacked out mirrors verse from Kendrick Lamar, because it's just like, bro, and there's not just a lot of people. I'm like, damn, bro, niggas really is tripping like that. I can get onto something else, but it was backhanded compliments. You can't say, oh, I'm not trying to shade you, but every time the situation get asked, I'm referring to Wayne now. There's always some BS. Oh, after soup. Oh man, they stole this moment from me. It was never once. Damn, you know what? This should have been my moment. But hey, at the same time, congratulations, Kendrick. Shout out Kendrick. We got another rapper on stage. Because if it was vice versa, let's just say if the Super Bowl was in Compton or just even LA, I don't care if Kendrick did that, bro. It would have never been. And they asked, like, hey, how do you people feel out? Like, bro, we not tripping. And it was Wayne. Let's just say if they had to bring something in, just start the new season, right? Like a new team, the LA Rams, if this was their first year, right? And they went to the Super Bowl and they was like, hey, we about to break it in for everybody. The Super Bowl, we about to have that rapper. Nobody wouldn't trip if it was Wayne. Not because, oh, okay, yeah, it's universal. Bro, because we know demo-wise, Super Bowl has never been like that. As far as, oh, okay, wherever the city is, we have to get a rapper from wherever it's playing at. We have to get a rapper from that city. It's never been like that. You know what I'm saying? It was just the luck of the draw with Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? When that happened, but I think that was just a business move. To be honest with you, you feel me? Behind closed, that was a business move, because it wasn't just Dre. You see, he had New York cats up there too. He was headlining, but Dre's not even. He's a producer. That was like a DJ Khaled moment for. You know what I'm saying? So you still can't even say, oh, you picked a rapper to, but let's go ahead and continue.
That's what even drove the Kendrick line on Whacked Out Murals. You know what I mean? Where he said, "I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down," because I think that Kendrick respects Wayne and holds him in that same space that I myself and a lot.
Put that on my kids, bro. This is my first time seeing this on my kids, bro.
A lot of other people hold Wayne in, right? But you know, he says that he vows he'll no longer consider playing the Super Bowl. They stole that feeling. I don't want it. Now Wayne, like, now listen, brother, you got to stop it.
If a man really hated ads, here's what he would do. Day 1, he would install Pi on his computer without spending a dime because it's 100% free. Day 2, he realizes how clean and clutter-free his browsing experience has been since he got Pi.
Oh, there you go.
I can understand.
Let's get back to it.
I can understand how it feels to want something so bad and to feel so close but yet so far, and then feel like, you know what, I'm done with it. But even by them standards, even with that said, as much as, because Wayne's mindset when he talks, you know what I mean, when this reporter Andre G is like explaining certain things, his mindset when he talks makes me feel that, and he should always hold himself as the highest or the best or whatever, but it also makes me realize how much he doesn't understand that the thing about the old times is they the old times. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And changes happen. Changes is natural. Changes, even though a lot of times we don't like change, like it's always for progress for the most part. Like it's for progress. It's not like the spot that's occupied as seemingly the best rapper right now. Everybody or a lot of people might lean that towards Kendrick, like it's a person that we don't love or respect. You know what I'm saying? Like I think like if it was a person that people didn't generally love or respect, then we could all have something wrong with it. But you have to you got to read the room. You got to read the room, my G. You got to really understand, like, okay, as good as you is, you don't jump as high as you used to. Like I watched videos. I seen this video on OJ Mill and Michael Jordan today, right? And it was Michael Jordan.
Real quick, and I'm going to continue saying this, and I've said this on my platform, IG, Facebook, TikTok, wherever. Bro, even I really believe that Kendrick Lamar was gearing up to do the Super Bowl, no matter, I don't care what city it was, within the next 2 years. And the reason why, if you go back and look at his Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers tour, you could tell he was gearing up for that. 2 years. 2 years. And if you look at the status of everybody else that did that before him, right? Well, not everybody else, but within the last 2 years. I don't know if that's their new training or what they got going on as far as you gearing up and you do what you got to do to make sure you have a successful show. You see that Usher had that renovation, right, in Vegas. He had, residency in Vegas. Not renovation, I said renovation like the name. Residency in Vegas, right? He had that for a year and a half, right? Doing his thing with the skates and woo-wah before he did the Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar, from that time that Jay-Z hollered at him at the Grammys, I don't know if it was 2 years or probably could have been a whole year. I really believe that when Kendrick won that Grammy for that, he hollered at him, hey, bro, we got you in the rate. Like, hey, you feel me? Show us something. Because they like his performance from the Dr. Dre situation. So January, even before this battle commenced, when it comes to Drake and Kendrick, even before that, I really believe that they was already, he already had kind of inked that in. That battle, don't get me wrong. Yeah, of course it was a boost, especially with the Amazon situation. But he was proving that. When it comes to Wayne, right? I said all that to say all this. When it came to Wayne was still touring, don't get me wrong. But he was doing your average shows, which is, we're talking about, this is corporate America now. And I'm not trying to down talk Wayne, but I'm just talking about the facts of what was going on, what was seen at these shows. You feel me? And people keep saying, oh man, he stopped going off the interviews of what he's doing, or his performances has not been top tier lately. And I think that's what Wayno was about to get into. And like I said, I'm not shitting on I'm just being real, bro. He can come on here and tell me, bro, I don't like how the way you talked about how you reacted to this video. I gotta respect. Okay, that's your opinion. I'm just going off public opinion too, but at the same time, what I've seen. Let's go ahead and get to it though.
And saying how he had this camp, and OJ Mayo started talking crazy to him because OJ Mayo, I ain't gonna front. When he was in high school, he was like one of the best players ever in high school. And how Mike made everybody from the camp leave, and he wanted to show OJ Mayo, like, yeah, like I still could give it to you. And what I think in that sense, when it comes to Wayne, is Wayne still rap. He don't miss a beat when it comes to rapping, but perception wise, people don't feel that same way that they used to about his bars today. And I think that just happens with age, right? It's like, for me being a day one fan of Wayne, I'm the same age as him. I've been on this journey with him his whole, like, more than half his life, as well as he's been doing it more than half his life. So everything that might mean something to me don't mean that same to the general fan or the casual fan of today, like it was when he was the man back then, right? But we will talk a little bit more about that. I mean, Wayne has, on the Carter 6, it's a song with him and his sons on there. I'm looking forward to hearing that, because he's also saying, he was asked, would he be open to doing like a sequel to like Father Like Son with his sons? And he said that he'd be open to something like that. You know what I mean? I know that his sons have put out music. I'm not going to sit here in front and be like, no, I'm in tune with everything. I've never listened to one of Lil Wayne's son's songs, but I would like to know what that looks like, right? Like seeing a day and age where Bron and Bronny is on the same team, that's fatherhood at its highest level. Wayne keeping his sons with him and doing music with them and putting them on songs because his songs with features that he gonna have with his sons on it. That's like 100. That's fatherhood at its highest level from a music standpoint. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how that could go. You know what I mean? I think that's a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a really, really, really good conversation. Now I want to get into this situation about the Super Bowl, right? Let's just go. Okay, so there's this part where they ask him about the Super Bowl, and he says to perform, it's a bunch of things they're gonna tell you to do and not to do. Asses to kiss and not to kiss, he explains, right? It says, if you notice, I was a part of things I've never been a part of in my life. Michael Rubin's all white parties. You know how people be feeling about the all white parties. You know what I'm saying? But he also says, I'm doing shit with Tom Brady. That was all for that. You ain't never seen me in them types of venues. I ain't Drake. Like when I seen him sit, I was like, damn, what the hell Drake did? He said, I ain't Drake. But I think that, Wayne is just
I know y'all heard it just like me, right? And this is where I fought. But bro, somebody like went, come on, bro. Bad PR move, bro. I wouldn't even let that be published like that, bro. That got to get corrected before it even get. He said, you ain't never seen me at no all white parties. I ain't who. Let's get back to it though.
Saying it generally, but of course it's going to come across like, when you hear that, if you come from a certain environment and you hear somebody say, I ain't somebody, then it means like you trying to play them. I don't think that's the case. You know what I mean? He said, I ain't out there.
Put it like this, right? Real talk. Put it like this. What I don't know if people been watching with the whole Redman and the Method Man situation. Well, not so much the Redman and the Method Man situation, because it's really not such a situation like that between them two. But I'm talking about as far as social media. This is why I said as far as PR. Like, come on, Wayne, you supposed to know this type of stuff. What you're saying now, bro, it could get twisted in so many ways. Even if context is everything, you didn't mean it like that. But Redman recently was talking to an interview and they asked him something about, hey, do you hang out with Meth? And he said, hell no. Like, you feel me? But he, in the sense that he's like, I don't hang with rappers or anything like that. But people twisted that in so many totally different ways. Like, and I think I understood what he was just like, nah, what we do, bro, is that we're older now. Like, bro, we have families to attend to. When we have our jobs, bro, we meet up, we chill, bam. When we do our work, bro, we go back to our lives. You feel me? Our homes. Not so much that I don't rock with you, but oh boy, when it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So what I'm saying, Wayno even saying that, right? You know what I'm saying? What he's reading from bro, it can. Never mind, man. Let's get back. I hope y'all feeling what I'm saying because I don't want to keep stopping the video. I know you're like, damn, nigga, let the video play, but yeah.
They're smiling like that everywhere. I'm in the stew smoking and recording. You know what I mean? He says that one of the NFL people said to him, we ain't in charge, that all of a sudden, according to them, they got curved. So they just have to settle with whatever they say. He says that Jay-Z, who he calls a close friend, runs Roc Nation. You know, last year, the halftime Super Bowl producer Jesse Collins and Roc Nation, Jay-Z and Roc Nation has been the ones choosing it since 2019. I think everybody should go get read this article though, but it's really dope. Hold on one second, y'all. Now I'm about to get into a few things regarding Wayne where I feel like Wayne, he doesn't play, no, he has played victim in certain instances. But I don't like this whole angle about like I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like this whole angle of him acting like, what? Cheese is yellow? Like, you know what I mean? Like this, he'll say the most outrageous thing that's obvious and just common knowledge, and then everybody be like, well, you know, he live in his own world. It's like, yo, bro, come on. Like it comes to a point. It comes to a point where you gotta stop that shit. Like, you know what I mean? It comes to a point. Hold on. Oh, so of course he was asked about the tweet about don't wake the giant up, and it says, I sound like I'm talking about the media when he was asked about who he's talking about. It says because when he says, in fact, and when he says he's talking about the media or whatever, he said, I'm gonna give you a perfect example, right? He said he went on stage and I was singing a song, and now this is the most ridiculous part of this interview to me. It's two parts that to me that is like ultimately ridiculous. He says, I'm gonna give you an example, right? He says, when I went on stage, I was singing a song and they thought I was dissing. The song was Not Like Us. Kendrick Lamar smash hit, right? And he says, hold on. It says DJ must have produced Takedown. Wayne burrows his face into his arm in an accent chair while laughing about unknowingly rapping along to the Drake diss track. I want my dude, he said, I ain't want my dude to be mad at me. He says, I didn't even know it was Kendrick. Now, Wayne.
Now, I know that might sound ridiculous because, like I said, culture-wise, bro, Not Like Us, bro, that was on a different level. But something that Wayne had said, right? And I think he said this on Drink Champs 2 years ago with Nori, right? And somebody, Mac Main, has confirmed this. Little Twist has confirmed this. And I want to say Jay Mills, I'm not sure. But it's a third person that has confirmed this. When Wayne gets in his car, right? We do believe that he has over 1 million songs. He's in the studio. That's it, right? When Wayne gets in his car, when he put his aux on it, everybody know if you have that car where your Bluetooth, you feel me, where your rear tooth hook up, bam, bam, you're going to get like a glimpse of the woo-wop. Then your songs come on. And he said this before. So that's why I'm like, okay, I can see him not listening to the battle as far as Family Matters, Push-Ups, and all those other records, right? Like all BS aside, I know y'all probably like, nah, bro, that's BS, bro. He really do be in his own, you feel me? And I know I'm probably seem like I'm defending again, but he be in his own world. I'm playing devil's advocate right now. I know it probably could be BS, but I'm playing devil's advocate. On top, because of what he said in the past. But on top of that, right, bro, him not hearing them songs, right? Euphoria and all those other songs, but Not Like Us was the smash hit once again. So him just hearing the chorus part, it's kind of like believable in a sense, but like Wayno said, bro, if that's the case, then why would you even say what you said? As far as like, bro, what Kendrick Lamar said, what he said on the Whacked Out Mirrors, don't wake the giant up. Like, bro, that means that honestly, now I don't care who you are. Now you about to go do your digging. Like you're gonna go see what somebody said. Well, what they saying? Wait, what's going on? Even I would give you that, bro. I've never even heard this. They not like us. They not. My daughter doing it. They not like us. Even though, like once again, it's hard to believe that Mac Main or Birdman or them like ain't told him about like, hey man, this nigga cooked the shit out of Drake. I'm just keeping all the way a being, bro. And he mentioned about y'all little situation that happened in 2011, 2000 when you got out of prison, 2010. Excuse me, when you got out of prison. You feel me? What he was doing while he was in prison, allegedly. But anyways, bro, it's kind of hard for me to see that you didn't know what was going on. That's all I'm saying. Like, come on, bro. There's no way. Because you're gonna look and see, like, hey, you get those every day. What I'm saying is, bro, people talk stuff about everybody every day. The people that you respond to me, is you worthy. Comments, people gonna talk stuff about you everybody has bots. Everybody has bots. So people gonna talk to you, gonna talk about you every day. Who you respond to me is letting me know, like, okay, they must be worthy for you to respond to. But let's go ahead and get into this.
Now, Wayne, it comes to a point, my nigga. He was a grown man. You got a grown daughter too. Like, bro, like there was a time where we used to really believe that. And let's say Wayne is as clueless as he portrays himself to be. Let's say that he is as clueless as he portrays himself to be. I think that, like, he may not care, and nobody around him might not tell him to care. But y'all got to let him know how ridiculous this makes him sound and look. We in a time where music, people don't only hear music no more. They see it. And when I mean that is, like, they'll look at you. And if they looking at you funny, they don't even want to listen. Now, don't get me wrong, right? Wayne is an icon. He's an artist that he set the bar extremely high and people had to go get it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that not only has he set that bar high, but he also was the example of what a lot of these young dudes wanted to be. Because if Wayne wasn't doing the stuff Wayne was doing, you don't get a Thug, you don't get a Trippie Redd, you don't get half of the majority of these dudes out here, majority of these young rappers.
And that's facts, bro. You feel me? Shout out Wayno, but you feel me? I got to tap into something else, but Wayno, and that's real, bro. He birthed a whole generation. That's why Wayne will always be, for me, he's number one. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's in the top 5 for me. He in there for sure. You know what I'm saying? He damn near might be like 3 or 4, but Wayne birthed a whole new generation, huh? Wayne has birthed a whole new generation, so you can't. I don't think he did that purposely. He was just being him, and they gravitated towards that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gravitating with the observation. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. Y'all let me know in the comments below how y'all feel about this video. Grab.